What's up, interwebs? This is the SantiMama bringing you a Pokemon Showdown battle. This is a Gen 5 RU battle between myself and Elite Four Fishermen, which, by the way, is a hilarious name because the Fishermen, they suck. All they have is Feebas and Magikarp, so to think that one of them could possibly be in the Elite Four is pretty funny. So I decided to lead off with Sandslash because I want to get rocks up. He leads off with Smeargle. I don't really know what the Smeargle wants to do to me, but I don't really care. I don't think it can hurt me, so I decided to just go for Stealth Rocks. He goes for Cotton Guard to raise his special defense, which is okay by me. So I get up my rocks. I'm feeling pretty good, and I decide, well, if this thing's normal, I'll go out into Poliwrath, who's a fighting type, and I'll have the advantage. I'll be able to pummel this thing. And he puts me to sleep with Spore, which was unfortunate. So now I got to switch out of Poliwrath into something else. I decided to go into Haunter because I want to get a poison up on this Moaf. So I decide to go for a Sludge Bomb. He uses Amnesia to raise his special defense, so his defense and special defense are pretty high. But I don't care, I just want to get some Sludge Bomb off. And I do get lucky and get the poison. So I'm sitting pretty. I think I can pretty much take this thing out no matter what. So he goes for a Baton Pass and brings in this thing, which is annoying. I know it's Psychic, so I figure I could take it out with a Shadow Ball. But it's pretty bulky and it lives. And I forgot for half a second that Haunter is poison, so he's weak to Psychic, and so it takes me out. Which is unfortunate. That was kind of a bad play on my part. But no matter what, I can always bring in Galvantula and clean it up with Bug Buzz, which is probably what I should have done in the first place. But I go ahead and do that now. So Galvantula comes in, I use Bug Buzz, take that thing out. It was pretty easy. Now at this point, I don't really know why he decided to play this next move, but he decides to go into Smeargle, which is weird. I don't know why he could have gone into anything else, but Smeargle takes damage from Stealth Rocks and is poison. Galvantula's faster, so I just get him with the Thunder, and I'm sitting pretty with a dead Smeargle and a dead Psychic ugly thing with a rock for a face, whatever. So he decides to bring in Wartortle. He takes damage, which is weird. I don't know why he'd come in with this thing. Maybe he's just trying to bait me to go for a Thunder or something. But I go for the Thunder anyway because I don't care. I'll take out that Wartortle all day. He brings in Manectric, and that Manectric must be frail as shit because even though it's resisted, it still takes 75% damage. I should have switched out of Galvantula there. I didn't figure he'd carry the Flamethrower. It turns out he does, and I die. I probably should have switched into Aggron or something else, maybe into Sandslash. So I switch into Sandslash now, and I figured, well, this thing can't really touch me. I'm pretty bulky. He goes with a Flamethrower again. That's not going to do shit. And I'm going to get him with the EQ. Of course, it does do some damage, but I knew I was going to be able to live it because my Sandslash is pretty bulky. So I do get him with the EQ, he dies. He brings in this thing, and I say, well, fuck, I can't really do anything against this. He's a flying type. I figure I might as well get a Sludge Bomb, or sorry, a Toxic off on him, because I do carry Toxic on this Sandslash. If anything else, Sandslash has done his job. He's got rocks up, he's killed something. I'll just get Toxic. But I missed the Toxic, which is annoying, and he gets me with the Dark Pulse. So Sandslash dies, and this thing has special attack and special defense raises, which is unfortunate. But I don't really care. I decided to bring in Aggron because Aggron's a beast. He is incredibly bulky. I have a max defense and max HP, so he lives that Heat Wave surprisingly well. He lives at 52%, and I do get the Autotomize, and I get my double speed up. And you may wonder why I'm carrying that instead of Rock Polish. Well, if I ever have to fight like a Hariyama or some other fighting Pokemon that uses like Low Kick, being lighter, I will take less damage, and there's not really a difference either way between that and Rock Polish, so I decided to carry that instead. So anyway, that guy dies for a Head Smash, and I don't take Recoil because I'm running Rock Head or whatever. I decided to go for an Iron Head here, which is kind of a stupid play. I kind of lost my concentration here, and he goes for a Scald. I forgot that Aggron is 2 times weak to Wartortle, or Water, so that was kind of a bad play on my part. I should have gone into Poliwrath and just kind of stalled him out. So I decided to do that here. Even though Poliwrath is asleep, I don't really figure he can do anything to touch me. So he decides, while I'm asleep, go into Sceptile because I can't really do anything against this thing, and he can destroy me with Sceptile. He probably maybe should have attacked first turn, but he figured I'm asleep, so I'm not going to be able to do anything. So he decides to set up a sub as I bring in Entei. And I'm thinking, well, that sub's not really that big a deal. I could probably break it with Extreme Speed. So that's what I do on this turn. I break the sub Extreme Speed, and he is going to go for an Earthquake, which I was like, oh god, but I do live it with 50%, so I know I can take one more, unless he got like min damage or something, but I'm feeling pretty confident I can stay in, and I do live a second Earthquake with 5 HP, and I do take him out with the Flare Blitz. So Entei for the win. I do die from Recoil, but I didn't really care at that point. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and I figured my Poliwrath was going to be able to handle his Wartortle. So his Wartortle comes in now, and it's me versus Poliwrath. Me versus his Wartortle, and his Wartortle takes damage from Stealth Rocks. He came in 3 separate times and took damage from Stealth Rocks all 3 times. So Sandslash definitely helped us out there with the rocks up. He goes for a Scald. Unfortunately, I have Water Protect, or not Water Protect, Water Absorb, so I'm immune to water, and that doesn't really do anything. Luckily, I wake up on this turn. Just as he figures out the water's not going to do anything to me, he decides to go for his only other move, which is Toxic, but I luckily wake up and go faster, getting my Substitute off. If I did not wake up and he managed to Toxic me, this may have gone differently in the closing minutes here, but luckily I decided to wake up and I got my sub off. He's not going to be able to do anything behind my sub because all he has is Scald and Toxic, apparently. Maybe he was running Rapid Spin on his other move. But he's just going to have to protect here and hope for the best. At this point, he told me GG, and I responded as well because it was a fairly well-played match. Yeah, I was able to just get him here with a couple Focus Punches. He's just going to protect or Toxic or whatever just to kind of run out the clock. And I'm glad this guy stayed in. I don't like it when people quit early. I mean, even if I'm getting pummeled, I at least want to stay in just to out of respect for the other player, I suppose. So Poliwrath wakes up, gets a sub off, and Focus Punches this thing to death. So I win the match. Thank you, Elite Four Fisherman. You played well, sir. And that was actually a really close game. And it was the first game I played with this team. So I was fortunate to have won that game. I made some stupid plays, but I think maybe he had a misclick or two that allowed me to win it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll have some more battles up with this team soon. Bye-bye.